We're just about there. We're on.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Olivia, Liv, and I's first live together. See, it's live. I already screwed it up.
Hi,
I'm Bobby
everyone.
Roundtree, born medium, and this is my good friend.
Liv. Liv Nelson, life and relationship coach. Hello,
There
everybody.
we go. See, I had you say your title, so it made more sense to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we are going to take messages, but we're also going to start off by chatting away to each other because we come from very, very different backgrounds. We're
Yeah.
actually coming from two different backgrounds to very, very similar points.
Yeah.
So we're each coming from a pot of gold, depending on which part of the rainbow you're chasing.
I
I
love
like
that. Love
Okie dokie. So today, the first thing we're going to talk about is
It's all about
actually,
relationship.
yeah. And actually, do you want to explain exactly what a life and relationship coach is? Because a lot of people might not know what the heck that is.
It's true. And then maybe you could explain what being a medium is. That would be
I
awesome.
will do that, yes.
So yeah, life and relationship coach. I actually ran a practice for 10 years as a counselor. And I think most people can relate to what counseling is, holding space for other people to literally move through whatever is coming up for them, any obstacles, relationship problems, life problems, all the rest of it. Very, very similar to coaching. And there's a huge crossover there. I think the main difference really with the life and relationship coach is I'm helping people go towards goals, valuable goals that they find valuable and that I am wanting to support them with. So they create these goals. So say for a relationship goal, it might be to feel closer to my partner, or it might be to get a partner.
It's
But
almost always to
yeah,
get a partner. It's almost always to get a partner, I find. If a
right.
woman doesn't have a partner, she wants a partner, and if she has a partner she wants a different partner.
Right, yeah. So what I often encourage is to do the work or to show up in the relation. If you are in a relationship, show up in your relationship, just like you were saying earlier, because we were talking earlier before this started about our partners and the people that we're in relationship with are literally holding mirrors up for us. So there's just so much growth to be had there. But yeah, in a nutshell, we create valuable goals to go towards, and then I'm basically hold people accountable and be the best cheerleader that I can be. That's my role.
Okay. Yeah, you actually get to tell people what to do.
Yeah, I'm learning more and more how to do that because in counseling you do not do that.
Oh, you
You
don't.
do not tell people
It's
what
up
to do.
to their best idea.
Yeah, and so I once, I mean, we make the goals together. So it's
Yeah.
like, what do you find valuable? And I'll say that, right, this, yep, I'm totally on board to cheerlead you with that. Then it's really about holding them accountable for the steps that we've agreed on. So it might be like, I'm gonna meditate every day. And then they're like, oh yeah, well I didn't. Okay. I didn't get around to it or whatever. So that's my role, is to cheerlead them in that way.
Okay, that makes sense. I actually think that I have a very similar sort of thing that I do,
Yeah.
but with mine, the relationship is with self.
Okay. Yeah.
Completely and absolutely. That's our very, very first thing is your relationship with the person in the mirror. Most important because I'm trying to teach people that they're psychic. And if you can figure out that you are psychic, okay, okay. Well, they go right to an example. Is it okay if I go right to an example?
Go
And
right to an example.
anyone who is actually watching us right now who is like, I want to say something, you are absolutely welcome to say something. We can see your comments in the chat and we will answer your questions or comments if you put them in the chat. Anywho, so
Bobby, you can let me know because it hasn't come up for me for whatever reason. So I can just see our private chat, but not a public one. So you can just let me know what the questions are.
okay, yeah, I will let you know. You might be too big.
Okay.
If I make my screen completely big, I can't see the chat. That's why I mean.
Oh, right. Yeah. Got it.
You could have taken that as yourself because we were just talking about grandiosity. Anywho, I didn't even know it was a thing. I guess I have it. Yeah, to me, I find that if you do not know yourself when you are in a relationship, you just project your own self-image upon that other person. And it's kind of funny because I didn't mean to say self-image, but that's the way they wanted me to say it. When I say they, I should qualify what I am.
Yeah, that'd be great. Who are they, Bobby? Let them know.
I am not a counselor. I am not trained. I have an English degree. But since birth, I have been able to communicate with people on the other side. Uh, since birth, my entire life. Deciphering it and making sense of it as a child was difficult. But when I was a teenager, my family gave me a few hints, but not all of the hints because nobody knew the heck what was going on. Luckily for me, though, my grandmother did enter me a couple times and speak to my parents, which allowed my parents to get to a point where when we went to the doctor and I told the doctor what I experienced, and the doctor told my parents that they had a schizophrenic child when I was 7. So that night, my grandmother, who was, I think, in a coma or maybe even staying in I'm not even, she was not dead. I'll tell that. She entered my body and started speaking to my parents about the important thing that she had to tell them. I believe the important thing was what I can do. I believe that I am a glaring example. And I think there are other glaring examples, but most of them are probably institutionalized of the psychic abilities that we all have. Because I think everyone is psychic. I think that is why relationships can get all because so many people who are clairsentient have no idea they're clairsentient.
Can you share what clairsentient? Because I know I was thinking that earlier. I was thinking there's different forms of being medium, right? I remember you and
senses that we have. Hello, Joni. Joni says, nice to see you both here.
I was just staring down because I've got a few people saying that they can't get on through my Facebook. But okay, so looks like, do you see a Rachel Grasby there?
Well, I don't see the people's names unless they write something in the chat.
Okay, can you write something in the chat so that we have an idea if you're here or not? Because I want to make sure that people aren't losing the link. Yeah, so I had someone go to my Facebook page, can't see the link to join.
I actually think, oh no, that's just us. Okay, I thought maybe we had a couple people who actually wanted to join this.
Okay, I'll just put to, because I did actually invite them through the thumbnail that you did as well. Oh, great, Rachel's here. Yeah, okay, so people are getting in.
Awesome sauce.
So I'd love to talk about relationships. In like, what are some of the?
Melanie is here as well.
Is Melanie Werner here?
Yes, Melanie.
We can't see you. You could just see us. So this
is sending people the YouTube link because people can't find it via YouTube, via Facebook right now.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely.
Problematic. It never used to be. It has become. It used to be my number one, but now
I'm wondering whether I should get that link from you and then put it on my Facebook.
Yeah, or we could even actually, because I do not have it at the moment, but if Joni were to put it in the chat, then I can put it up on the screen.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if people can click on a link directly up on the screen, or they just copy.
I can see myself on. I can see myself on my Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, people should be able to just comment in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of people saying that they can't find it, but I can see.
Marnie's on YouTube. Hi, Marnie. Welcome to YouTube.
Put that one. Paste. Okay, I've been able to paste it there, so that should be good.
Yeah, my phone's been going gookaloo too.
Yeah, lots of people. I can't figure it out. Okay, I'm just going to paste it to the people that are messaging me. Because it would be lovely to see those. It
would, and yeah, and everybody patient. Sorry, this is our maiden voyage on this one.
Yeah. Okay, I think I've got everybody on there now.
Hello, Randy. I'm not sure if that's your actual name, but because I get people's email addresses or their I guess their YouTube handle. I actually think it's called a handle. I think I'm right on that one. I could be incorrect, but yeah, mine is @Born Medium.
Okay.
Okie dokie. We have an actual question.
Okay, awesome. Let's go with the questions then.
There it is. Hello, ladies. Wondering if there's any. You know what? You should read them because you have that awesome accent.
Okay. Hello, ladies. Wondering if there is any guidance for me in regard to the love relationship I'm in. On the weekend, Bobbi, you were told to relay to me to be kind to myself this week. I've been trying. Oh.
Now, I know a lot about this situation. So whatever impressions you get or advice you have for her first, I'm more than happy to give you the floor. Because
Okay. I mean, I would love to hear a little bit about the relationship first.
okie dokie, I can tell you a little bit actually, and I hope that's okay, Pam. This is a relationship that has been slightly out of reach, that they have been waiting to come to fruition. And
Okay.
at this point, Pamela is being told that it's not going to come to fruition, to stop waiting.
Okay. Right.
That is very difficult to accept
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
I myself as a psychic feel as though that it is a coerced action.
Okay.
I didn't even know I knew that term. Is that a counseling term?
So do you mean so we've got Pam's waiting for someone to come into her life, or
The
that's
person is in her life. They need to make the relationship official to others.
oh, I see. And they're not doing that.
Yeah, they're not doing that right now.
Yeah, I do some support for I go into some Facebook groups and give people some support there, and that is a really common one that
Oh,
I've noticed where the there is somebody in the relationship, but I mean what comes up for me around that is it's usually around the big C word, the commitment, and you know what it means to go forward in a relationship with somebody, and
yeah.
you know I think that there's what can happen is we romanticize in our mind, you know, and also in our hopes and wishes and dreams of what we really want, and it's comparing the reality to what is the what you know to what we're actually feeling. So it's like I'm always sort of supporting people with taking care of themselves and the feelings that are coming up, like you just said to Pam, you know, to be kind to yourself, to really give yourself lots of self-care, and I like to say, you know, and treat yourself like the one you love. You know, give yourself all the qualities that you're wanting to get from this other partner. And the more that you can give yourself those qualities, the more, again, we've been talking about mirrors earlier, the more you'll be receptive for that person or the right person for you.
I totally agree. Because no matter what relationship you're in, if you are not being fulfilled by that relationship, then it's not the right relationship for you
Yeah. Yeah.
because you are that important.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And I
one
think that there's
thing.
also that we can hold up relationships that you know, be in relationships that are actually holding up the mirror of the stuff that we actually need to check in with and actually
Oh,
deal with ourselves.
absolutely.
And then the other person either changes or they don't. And if they don't to change, you know, your vibration or how you've shifted, if they then don't reflect that back, then it's not the relationship for you. But sometimes they do. Sometimes when we treat ourselves as important, they're like, oh, they treat themselves like important. So actually I am going to change for this person. I value this person. I want to be there. So I think there's, you know,
I
there's,
agree.
yeah,
And
there's different,
my vernacular would be that the energy that you put inside of yourself and to yourself will actually reflect back, and people will, without even realizing, start to reflect that energy because that's how they feel too, because you pretty much told them how to feel about you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty much told them how to feel about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
One of
love
the
that. I love
relationship breakups I ever went through. Thank God. Pink came out with that song, Effin' Perfect. I
that.
don't know if it's Karen or not, so I said effing perfect. But that song came and I would sing it and go, I just
Yeah.
sing it to myself and it bloody helped.
Yeah.
It started to pull me up. The more I did things for myself, the better things got. And the more I wallowed, the worse things got.
Yeah.
It was because to my mind, you teach the world how to treat you, not to quote that. Yeah, sorry. I'm quoting Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
I have to admit it. But he says you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to me, you teach people, you also teach the universe
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I run under the idea that whatever you're thinking is actually what's going to fall in front of you.
Yes. 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 I hear
So if
you.
I tell Pam to do everything she can to feel good about herself,
Yeah.
then it will get reflected back to her in
Yeah.
another way. And people have free will. Even if they know they're supposed to do that, they still have free will to go against what actually is going on. unfortunately.
Yeah. And I think there's a lovely, there's a great ingredient there of surrender as well. Like doing all, like you
Mhm.
say, doing all that really good stuff, treating yourself like the one you love, giving yourself everything that fills your cup, and then surrendering it over to how, whether it's going to be that person that is going to be in relationship with you, or if it's going to be another person that, comes in from stage left. you
Yeah,
know
yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. And if you start to meet your own needs because you're the only one who can, then that person that has no other job but to just sit there and look pretty. And that's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah.
tell my husband, just you sit there and look pretty.
I love that.
You can
I
say
respect all this
with
beauty.
our hands. Yeah. Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm gonna say hello to a few people. I'm gonna
Okay,
take
lovely.
off. We'll say hello to Marnie, hello to Randeep, hello to Danielle,
Hi.
hello to Autocrat. Yo yo.
Yay.
Jody says hello to Autocrat too. Jody has a question, so we'll get to that, and then we will get to Autocrat's questions. So Jody first because she asked first.
Okay. Would love to have guidance on my current relationship as we are in the process of doing healing work and repair. Thanks. Jody Tara.
Okie dokie. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to
I
go
think
first?
you should go first for this one, if you're happy to.
I see you guys giving and taking and giving and taking and giving and taking and giving and taking. It's almost like the balance needs to, when you give something, uh you need to enjoy the ability to take something as well. And that actually might be a you thing, Joni. You might actually need to take you some of us who are super duper booper rooper capable will not snow job people or do everything for them, but if there's something that needs to be done, we'll do it. And we will do it without taking anything for ourselves because we know we have it. We know we can do things. We know that we can actually empty our cup and then fill it up ourselves. But sometimes we actually need to give a little, take a little, 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 so that we do not ever have a feeling of lack. That's what I'm seeing with her relationship.
So I'm hearing like you're talking about a balance of,
Yeah, a real balance. And I
yeah,
kind of think it's a little bit vulnerabilities and emotionals.
yeah, yeah, which it always is in relationship, right? Like
Yeah, I'm not good on that one.
to be able to come closer in our relationships, it is always about taking those brave, vulnerable steps, which I know that this particular couple do and are doing. And I think a great analogy that I got from, and I know that some people here will be familiar with this, is the 50% line. This comes, well, certainly when I found it and read about it and learned about it was at Clear Mind International. And it's a great analogy for relationships. And it's just a metaphor. It's not a black and white science, but it's a metaphor of, you've got your 50% line here, and you're in the couple are here. You've got 100% between you, and the aim is to come to meet each other at that 50% line. And what tends to happen is that one person, I'm definitely one of these, would overfunction, which I think is what you're talking about, right? Going over the 50% line and doing, more than that 50%. And so it really is. And what I love about this metaphor is that it's as hard for the person that's overfunctioning to get back to that 50% line as it is for the underfunctioner to get up to the 50% line.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Because sometimes it's actually you're accustomed to doing that as a human being.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And,
We
and
learn it so young.
oh yeah, and women, I don't know about you, but I'm a woman of a certain age. I was taught that you have to do the 90
Yeah.
because men don't know how to do it, which is bull crap. They do know how to do it. I raised a man. He knows how to step up emotionally and mentally because he was raised by me and his two sisters. So
Right. Yeah.
had his little butt kicked too many times by females. So yeah, I agree. And that is not to blame these things on men,
No, no.
because actually what women will do is overdo and then get mad that they had to.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
yeah. This comes up a lot in sessions when I work with people, and I love the example of laundry. So say that in this kind of stereotypical case of a heterosexual couple where the female has done laundry their whole life. And then suddenly they're like, I don't want to do the laundry anymore. I want my partner to do, to do some of that. And so the partner steps in and they start doing the laundry. And it's just like, but not like that. This is a and so I'm always explaining, like, if you've been doing it for 40 years, then you're going to be excellent. And obviously this is a metaphor for anything that, if you've been doing something for 40, 50 years or however old you are, then you've got really good at it. So then to kind of step back and to allow somebody to come in and to help out or to be part of that. And this, of course, this could be emotional, this could be laundry, this could be clearing up.
That is. Oh, absolutely.
Right. But it's like, so it's also being aware of that, like letting someone in, they're not going to be in the same place that you are as you start to step back.
Yeah, that's expectations. Yeah. I've had to give myself a talking to several times about that I expect my husband to pick up on certain things. Well, how the heck is he supposed to pick up on that certain thing when he's never had that indicator?
Yeah.
Because I was a single mom of 3.
Yeah.
I pick up on everything constantly. And my husband calls me a whirling dervish.
Whirling dervish.
Yeah, because I just whirling dervish and around the house, because you can imagine what it's like to live with me. It's like living with a small dog. I live with a small dog now, so yeah. And the laundry thing, I have a little caveat on that one because I have an actual example.
Okay, awesome.
My first husband, I tried to do that. We would try to, I make the dinner tonight, you clean the kitchen tonight. We tried to 50-50 absolutely everything until children came and it was all me. But I had him do the laundry and he put a bath mat in with everything else. So everything got covered in the little dots of the plastic. Yeah. Then we're watching Everybody Loves Raymond, which was very reflective of our life together. And Raymond tells his friend how he screwed up doing the laundry so he would never get asked again. And I looked over at my ex-husband and he goes,
right. So that's another angle on it. I love that. Yeah.
That somebody can just, I don't know how to cook. I'm going to cook so badly, you'll never ask me to do it again.
Yeah.
And you know what we women can be like when it comes to household chores. We actually rethink they're a reflection of ourselves. Someone walks into my house and it's messy. They don't think, oh, wow, Vern doesn't clean up. No, they don't. They think Bobby's a slob. That's what they think. So, anyway, it's not fair.
I think that, like as we're shifting those kinds of patterns where because it is such a common piece where one person is, ends up, overriding what they actually want and need or underriding what they actually want and need. And I think it's, a very simple way of looking at that is just, does this feel balanced? Because, one person might take the trash out and that's their job and that's great, and the other person might do, and it's just what your guidance system is your body. It's like when it doesn't feel good, when the resentment can start to build, that's when it's time to communicate.
Yeah. They actually even tell me, make sure if you're going to take that you give first.
Yeah, I love that.
You take something.
That's great. And you've heard that analogy before where, that when you're on a plane, they always say, you don't put the mask on the child first. You actually put it on yourself first.
Dead weight for your kid to try to drag off a plane. That's not good.
Yeah, right.
Put your mask on first. Oh my gosh, they've been saying that in my brain forever. They actually show them, they fall down in front of me, just like they do on a plane.
Right. Yeah. It's so important, right? To fill your own cup so that you can then give from a full cup. Oh, yeah. Giving from an empty cup, we're going to just feel so resentful.
That's our theme, it seems. Is take care of yourself first so you can take care of the other things too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have another question.
Love that. Thanks, Joni.
Yes, thank you, Joni. Autocrat. Hello, angels. Sarah and I are asking our guidance system to give us actionable practice. Oh, I like that. Excellent words. To bring our relationship into a new layer of depth. Interesting.
Love that.
Yeah. I'm seeing something.
I was going to say, is there an actual question? Because I'm hearing that which is beautiful, that you and your partner are looking into your internal guidance system to give you actionable practice to bring
See, you're seeing this as a comment.
Yeah, I'm
rather
wondering if there's an actual question, because I'm hearing that you're using your guidance system, to bring in actionable steps and practices in the relationship, which I think is awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is.
and
Absolutely.
and will create a new layer of depth in my mind. I'm just wondering if there is a specific question there.
I
You
have
know,
an actionable practice that popped into my head that I'm going to say. I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to say it. I actually see you exploring each other in the dark,
oh,
complete and absolute darkness. Trust things. It would be a very big trust thing for me to allow someone to touch my feet in the dark,
mhm.
because
Yeah.
I will most likely kick them in the head. I have. I kicked my own child in the head. She tried to give me a pedicure. I'm very ticklish and I'm very weird about feet. I'm actually weird about touch, period. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's something like that that they're showing, and it doesn't have to be sexual.
Yeah.
It has to, because my feet, I guess, and that's pretty sexual in some things. I have a foot video out there about yoga feet, and it moves.
You do. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
some people are into the feet, but in this instance, I think it has more to do with I feel safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you're touching my feet, I need to feel safe that you're not going to start tickling me. Because if you start tickling me, I'm going to have childhood trauma.
Yeah. And I love that. Like I've just gone, oh, that's such a great exercise, because it's just blocking out every other
Every other sense, yeah.
sensory thing that could be there. And so you've just got the moment and the connection and yeah, navigating that trust basically
Yeah,
moment to moment.
and not blindfolded. I'm supposed to put that in there. Not one can see and one cannot see.
Yeah.
It's both are completely in darkness, so that it's an equal platform for
Yeah.
trust, because they have to trust themselves too. Because I tell you, if my husband said, "Okay, I'm going to be blindfolded and tie me up, and I'm going to do a trust exercise," I would fail. Well, part of me would be like, "Oh, cool, I can do something naughty," and I would. I know I would, because I'm 5. So yeah, not that he can't trust me. It's just that I can't pass up that. So I totally think it has to be completely in the dark, so that one doesn't have a position over the other. So to
Yeah.
speak. Yeah.
So that's another theme that I think we're talking about here is like balance, right?
Mhm.
There's not one up and one down, or this is just about exploring together moment to moment, and exploring trust.
That every answer is actually shoving itself into these themes.
Yeah, I love that. I love
So
that. The
yeah,
thread.
the chapters of our book we're writing together. Decision. Okay, so I hope that helps if you needed help, and it's an excellent idea. We're all very proud of you right now. Okie dokie. Now, Randeep, go ahead. Do you want to read it? I read one.
Yeah. So I have been in a relationship for nearly 13 years. I've tried many ways to support the growth of it. I've done huge work on myself and continue to do so. Invited him to, yet he won't. Any insight?
Very similar question to our first question.
Mhm. So shall I jump in?
Yeah, you go ahead, because yeah, you go
Yeah.
ahead.
So what I'm hearing is that you've been together for 13 years and you tried many ways to support the growth of the relationship. Huge work on yourself and continue to do so. I guess my question would be, does it, oh yeah, no, there you go. Invited him, yet he won't. Yeah. So there's options here. One is like, I mean, that I'm hearing already is that you're doing your work and you just continue to arrive in the relationship, how, ongoing. I mean, a couple of things. First of all, I always think, well, the work is always left if you're struggling in that with that mirror. There always going to be a mirror. So whatever is still coming up is still your work. And then there becomes a choice around, it opens up, my head's just gone boom, because it opens up like, what is the relationship for? What is it that you're wanting in that relationship? What is love between two people? There's lots of ideas about what a relationship should be, what it should look like, what it should feel like. What is it that you're wanting that if he did the growth that you think you would get? That would be, I know that's a question, not an answer,
Yeah,
but
what would be your ideal outcome? What are you looking for? Because I keep seeing a wind-up toy that keeps walking into the wall.
a wind-up toy. Like,
Yeah, and
yes.
over, and that actually kind of speaks to that idea where this is what a relationship's like. I need to go this way, and it's they keep telling her, take another route. The way
Right.
you're doing
Yeah.
it isn't the way, and it could also be it's not his way
Yes.
because he has a different way of showing love. He has a different way of showing up.
Yeah.
That and it's not the way you're expecting. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, when you were saying about the toy going up, that's a great image, because I remember being in a relationship where I felt like I was kind of throwing myself against this wall.
Yeah, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, and when I left the relationship, it was like, oh, the guy's just being himself.
It's just who he
When
is.
I was in the relationship, I was like, he's doing this and he's doing that. He doesn't listen to me and he should be talking more. And da, da. But actually, when I left, it was like, oh no, he's just being himself.
That's who that is. Yeah.
So and what comes up for me when you were saying that, and me thinking about that, is boundaries. It's like being able to get really clear on what's okay and what's not okay. And I love that, like taking another route of, okay, so has it been communicated really clearly what it is that you're identifying as a need? Are you giving that to yourself, and are you still communicating that to him from a place of vulnerability? Because what we often do is, and it sometimes could be subtle, it sometimes can be extreme, but we could be like, rather than saying, I notice I feel this when this happened, what we often not as clear as that. We'll often say stuff like, oh, so you didn't do X again. Okay, fine. Or we might roll our eyes, or we're basically giving the impression, or we're giving the, this other, what we call in the acting world, subtext, the text. We're saying,
Actors.
we're saying, you're not really good enough. You're still not good enough. If you change, then that would make me a better person. Or if you change, I would feel better.
Yes. Yeah. I have a cutout and you better fit into that cutout. And when
Yeah.
you don't fit into that cutout, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember having a fight with my husband once and watching him drive off to work thinking, "How can he drive off to work like nothing's going on?" And then it dawned on me, it's only going on in your head. You haven't even told him you're upset. You just assume he's feeling the exact same as you, and
Yes.
it's morning, so he's grouchy. So and he just went to work. He has no idea what's happening because he didn't say anything. Yeah, and the expectation thing, I had to learn that one too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there are certain things that need to happen in life, like taking out the garbage, that's actually one of them. If you live with someone who's never, ever, ever had to take out the garbage, and there are people who that's a thing, then they don't know when garbage is gonna be taken out. They're not doing it to be a dink.
Yeah.
They're doing it because they don't know any better.
Yeah.
So, with this though, with this particular question, um, yeah, they tell me that it's and you're a female, so they're showing you trying to pee up a rope and wondering why you're soaking wet. That's
Say that again. They're trying to be a.
piss up a rope and wondering why they're soaking wet.
Oh, yeah.
So, might be trying to do something that might be a little bit impossible.
Yeah.
You can invite him to explore the relationship in the same way you are, but they actually show it like he's got a bag over his head. Like he has no idea about this. You might want to sit down and say, what is a relationship to you? And then find out what a relationship is. And then find out if that actually fits with you feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's intentionally trying to make you feel bad, but I also don't think he's intentionally trying to make you feel good. I have to say it like that. And that's the impression I get because I go by impressions. But I think that here in your tummy, this is your power chakra. This is when you are told that you are in or out of power. You do not think that you are in power. When this goes off, when your stomach starts to get involved, that's when you have to start to look at, am I actually living my true power? Am I living what I'm supposed to live? You came down here to finish a certain thing, and it's all about you. It's not about anything else but you. That's what I'm supposed to say to you. Sorry. Sorry. I keep
Yeah.
apologizing for being myself. I do that a lot.
There you go. Yeah, you're awesome being yourself. And what comes up for me there in that is just, clear communication, being able to just clearly communicate,
Yeah.
and again, around what feels okay and doesn't feel okay. And I love that you just said about, following your gut on that, following, if something's not right, something's not right. And
Your body's
sometimes, yeah. And sometimes we just need to express it. Like, often people don't express stuff because they want to get to the solution first. And
Mm.
it's much more vulnerable to actually be in the question, but to be able to just start the conversation and from an honest, heartfelt place, it will take you somewhere different. Like Bobbi was saying, rather than this, you start to go in a different direction, which will, reveal what needs to happen next. You can
Yeah,
just,
you are the queen of the show. Also, I am seeing, I do have, and I know it's from my childhood, no offense, mom and dad, but I don't like to ask for what I want. If I think someone is mistreating me, I will actually just leave. I will retreat out of their life. I won't even fight for it. I will just say, no, I treat me better, so I'm getting away from you.
right. Yeah.
I can kind of feel that with Randy, that she might not feel that her needs and wants are as important as they actually are.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. And so, yeah, the message is they are.
They are. They're so important. Or you wouldn't be here, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Because we come down here for a reason. We have a follow-up with Randy.
Like, what-
I want to leave practically. I can't, but I want the kids to see this as a model. I don't want the kids. Yeah. Can I say something about that?
Mhm.
My first marriage, I stayed because of my kids. I stayed as long as I possibly could, until I actually overheard a conversation between my cousin and my husband, to be perfectly honest. I'll tell my cousin this. And then I started to look at my children, and my son was pulling the skin off his face. He was 3-ish. And my daughter was pulling her hair out of her head. And I had not put these two things together. And we never, ever, ever, ever fought around the kids. Never. But kids pick up on stuff and they internalize it, and they completely make it their own problem. And sometimes what you have to show them is not a model relationship, but a person being good to themselves. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the more that you can, and also the more that you can be real in the relationship, the more that you can show up and be, everything that you do is also going to be absorbed by those children. So if that, and I hear that you say practically I can't, and I don't, can you pick up anything from that? Like,
financial is what I hear.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm wondering, like, when I hear I can't, it's often if something can feel impossible, but
Yes.
doesn't mean that it is,
Yeah.
right? It can feel like, yeah, there's no way. Like, you've got all the evidence in front of you, which I'm sure you have, and I'm sure is real, Randy, that, you're like, I can't because of this, 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 and this, and this. And yet, what I'm hearing is if there's emotional abuse in this relationship, then that isn't okay. And that's not okay for you, and it's not okay for those children, just like Bobbi was saying.
Mhm.
So it, again, going in a different direction, like, what support can you get? Who can you reach out to? Can you start to have those honest conversations in and out of the relationship? What might next steps look like? Because even though, and I know this from my experience, where I've been in situations where they have felt completely impossible, it's like that brick wall, and there's no way, and the whole of my body is going, there is no way. But there is. That's often how we felt. It's the old wiring of how we felt as kiddies when we were in these situations, which were impossible because, whoever was in charge of us didn't know about our wants and needs, didn't know about our situation. We're feeling, overwhelmed, life threatened, all these things as little ones, because we don't understand, and it feels completely impossible. And those are the places that can often get triggered. So I just want to hold out to, it will be possible. Would it be easy? Might it be hard, initially? But I'm hearing that it would be worth it in regard, if that person is not willing to change and not willing to be that role model with you for the children, because as we know, the children, they're just like little sponges, right? So they just absorb.
Yeah,
So,
they're little reflective sponges. Yeah.
so a need from me, even though I don't know the things, is that my guess is that you can.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree because I did it. And I did it with 3. So, and yeah, I used to have to add up my grocery cart so that I wouldn't be embarrassed at the cashier because I didn't have enough money. But you figure out what's the priorities, and then I just manifested everything else. They actually show me horses. I have a daughter who loved riding horses. How the heck is a single mom going to afford that? Well, I found out ways. I mucked stalls. I did things so that my kids could do what they needed to do. And you can do that. You'll do that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And I love that as well, around, just coming back to mindset. It's like the manifestation, literally, like, getting that work, or, getting those, whether it's a visualization, whether it's a statement and a visualization of the future that you want, of the relationship that you want, of the model relationship that you want for your kids, just hold it there. Hold it there, see it, feel it, breathe it, even when you've got all the evidence around you that's telling you the opposite. Just keep putting it out there into reality. And I know that you know that. I know that you know that you can do that. It's just, it feels impossible. It just isn't.
Yeah. It's the fear of the unknown. We have no idea what it's going to be like, so we're afraid to jump into it.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to money. We're so life and death about money. It's such a funny thing. It's energy. Okie dokie. Now, we have another question.
Okay. Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela. Do you want to read it?
Sure. I'm in a casual relationship, and both of us are dealing with big life stuff, both dealing with divorce, aging parents, etc.
Yeah.
How do I make sure I am taking care of my needs and stay open and available?
Me first or you first? I actually hear a particular thing, which is like, to me, the end all be all of everything. I'm seeing meditation. Yeah, I'm seeing taking calm. I actually even see this as a your people thing, where I'm seeing square breathing. See, I would say pranayama, pranic breathing, and your people say square breathing.
Square breathing. I actually don't know.
Okay. You breathe in for 8, you hold it for 8, you breathe out for 8, you breathe in for 8, you hold it for 8, you breathe out for 8. It's a square.
Yeah.
But that repetition, when we decide to change the way we breathe, what we do is we create a new response in our brain, because breathing's an automatic response. You do it when you're asleep, you do it when you're unconscious. So if you consciously change it, then your brain opens up to new things.
Mm-hmm.
Teach it that way to girls that I was teaching yoga to at Queen Margaret's school. And that's a competitive little private school. And those girls were like, oh, we want to know this. How can we get smarter? And they did. So, yeah, I'm seeing that. Like, you need to take the time for yourself and and give yourself those extra little things. I actually even think you want to, but you're like, oh, well, when I have time to start meditating, I'll do that when I retire. People say stuff like that all the time. And then they die. And then you're like, oh my God, I could have meditated. I could have eaten chocolate cake. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
And, another way is just to, this is a practical way, but you can literally make a list of all the things that that make you feel good, that fill your cup, that allow you to fulfill your needs, that allow you to feed yourself in some way. I have some clients that have an Excel sheet. I mean, I have an Excel sheet. I'm talking about, I have one, and it's called my habit tracker. And so I've got a bunch of things that I have on that. And, it's not about doing everything every day, but it gives me an idea when I look back at the end of the month and I go, oh yeah, I've been meditating pretty consistently. I've been, eating well consistently. I've been jumping on my trampoline consistently. I haven't been out for a walk for a week, and it's just a little reminder of, oh yeah, that's because we do get busy, we get distracted, we forget to treat ourselves really well.
I can't believe you remember to track it all month. like do the first 2 days, and then I get to them. Oh yeah, I was going to start doing that, wasn't I?
Well, I am actually connected to a community of business coaches that set me up on the track. So I have people that hold me accountable for that, and that's what I do for people.
I'm like, I can't hear you calling me. Accountable person. Yeah, no. Sorry, I commend you. I have always wanted to be able to do that. I actually even want to be able to write down all the foods I eat each day and track my moods and the way it.
It's a commitment, right? It's a big commitment.
I need a personal because, well, I'm a butterfly. That's who I am. So, okay, for all the butterflies out there,
that was the card I picked for you.
That's bizarro. That's amazing. That's pretty damn cool, you little psychic lady. Anyway, yeah. I have a hard time but if it feels good, do it. I move within what I need this at this point. I need this at this point. I need this at this point. I always answer my calls. Let me put it that way. When I call me. Yeah. So I wish I could stick to a certain thing. You'd think I'd be able to, being that I'm a Virgo, but I'm not. And you could probably, anyone who's watching this probably tell, yeah, you can't even stick to a topic. Like, your sentences change topics during the sentence.
But I think that's a really great topic that comes up a lot. It's like the difference between setting goals and going with the flow. And how I see that is like, it's a great, I think it's a great combo, because I think that, the goal or the steps or the goals are what we hold valuable. So basically, if we hold valuable that we want to get more muscle, then we're going to want to do some stuff that creates more muscle in our body, go to the gym or do whatever. So that however we create the goal, it has to be valuable to us, because then in my mind, it reflects the value that we're connecting to in here. And then we take steps towards that goal. But I think that it's also that it's such a delicate balance, because when we think of goals and steps, and we can often feel restricted by all the people that were in control of us, that said, oh, you need to do this, you need to eat broccoli, and you need to go to bed by this time, and you need to, that's how we're wired. So when we hear, like, it can sometimes feel a bit like, oh, I feel trapped by taking those steps, and that's why I do a bunch of them, and I see how I feel within that, because it can totally take us either back to the goal or not. And the other thing I want to add about that as well is that our unconscious is taking us in directions all the time. Our unconscious has goals, and it's taking us towards goals all the time, which are great if they work for us. But if they're not supportive of us, self-sabotage or whatever, then we're going away from what's valuable for us.
Oh, because as you were talking about it, I was thinking, as we make these goals and set these goals, our helper people, which is what a lot of people in my world call them, your spirit guides, your dead people, your higher selves, all those folks are saying, okay, she wants this, so we're going to make this happen. How it happens isn't up to her. We're just going to make it happen.
Yeah, I love that.
I would call that, because you set the intention, and then everything. I believe, my very, very self, I believe that what you feel is what you actually see. You can say, I want to be more organized, but if I keep on feeling like I am a hot mess, a whirling dervish, I'm going to stay a whirling dervish.
Yes.
Because that's actually what I'm telling myself. I can say it out loud thousands of times. Actually, what I say is, I want to be. So I actually make it out of my reach by saying that. That's how I would look at that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the same thing in two different ways, but I'm looking at it as magic.
Yeah, and I love that. I mean, I think that it really is. That's why it's not. It's a kind of it's not one of those black and white things. It's literally, and I see it as masculine and feminine. It's like the masculine is the structure, is the edges, is the decisions, and then the feminine is the guidance. It's like I used to describe it. I haven't done it for a while, but like a playpen. Like the playpen is the structure is the masculine, and that's what you've decided. That's the goal or whatever. And then what you do within the structure, within the goal, within the steps towards that is is basically you in touch with that surrendered piece, like what you're describing as
sacred geometry. And actually, this question kind of moves right into what we're talking about, because Kalili, I'm hoping I am saying your name right. If I am mispronouncing your name, I apologize profusely. When trying to manifest outcomes that are high vibrational, love, fair, as you guys mentioned, but also considering court, which may cause further conflict with other parents. How do I know? Interesting. Okie dokie. So I think this person might be in a custody battle of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Or a divorce sort of situation, and trying to be as high and higher thinking as possible. Just stay there. Whatever other people are trying to manifest, then you actually see the best thing for them, and then your best manifestations will come. If you wish ill will upon another person, it'll be like your rifle is backfiring into your face.
Mm-hmm.
Just saw that on a Midsummer Murder episode I was just watching. Somebody put a rag in a rifle. Anyway, so yeah, to my mind, because with any manifestation, to me, it has to be felt. It has to be seen as this is actually what is happening right now. I'm not in it, but I am in it. My timeline is just wrong, but I know that that is what I'm going to get in the end. Because if you say I want this, but you feel this, you're going to get what you feel. That's what I think. I think feelings are stronger than thoughts.
Yeah.
100%, I think that. But yeah.
And all of the senses, right? I guess it's like bringing in all of the senses, but like you say, the feeling body is a huge one. And I think that here with this question, like what I see there is like taking steps, and it's like every time you take a step, you're checking in, you know, like you said, with body, with universe, you know, is this still right? And, you know, am I still in truth? Am I still aligned? Am I still, you know, and sometimes that might be caught. Sometimes that might be these human stuff that we have to go through. But I think that the more that you can come back, kind of like what you were just saying, Bobbi, to the alignment, to the body, to what's aligned moment to moment as you continue to step forward to see what needs to evolve or needs to
yeah, I agree. And because they keep flashing my divorce with me. And I remember sitting with the lawyer and him saying, oh, you're a yoga teacher, you want everything to be happy, frou, blah blah. And he actually signed my divorce under protest because he wanted me to fight my ex and take, because we were well off. And I knew if I went for money, he'd go for my babies.
Right. Yeah.
He would go for what gets to me, and money I know is liquid. I can get it anywhere, anytime. So I just walked away.
Yeah.
I took my and I walked away. So sometimes, and now they're all adults. Everything is fine. I can actually have conversations with my ex-husband, things like that. That is my children's father. It's very, very important that I still have that possible good relationship with him, because they're half him. They identify with him. So I think that you're best and highest, because her next thing, which is the highest path is actually what you know is good for all. We aren't here to actually compete with each other.
Yeah.
We are here to get along. And I know that's not what we see, but we actually are. And hopefully, out of all the duress that we have right now, we will actually move into seeing that. That's my prayer. That's absolutely my prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of I had a tenant who who basically I invited, you know, I gave her 6 months to move out, and unfortunately she didn't want to. And so I started to say, well, you know, this could need to happen. And she was like, no, I'm not going. And it was really hard. And so we ended up going through the courts. And I remember towards the end, she asked for an extension to live there for a bit longer. And I said yes. And then we got to the end, and then she moved out, but then she left her vehicle, a really nice vehicle, a really nice Audi. And I didn't know how to get it off the property. And I was in this country and I needed other people to be able to go in. And she said, I want my deposit back. I want this, blah, 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 blah. And I just suddenly felt this overwhelming, I'm going to give it to her. And it just felt so peaceful in my body. And I just thought this, you know, so I messaged her and I said, you know, yep, this has been hard on both of us, I'm sure, on all of our families, and here's your your deposit. And the car was gone within 24 hours. It'd been there for like, I don't know, 6 months or something. And it was,
hostage.
Sorry?
The car was the hostage. It was her negotiating tactic.
Yeah. But in that, and there were mixed reviews for feedback for me. It was just like, why did you hang into the boundary? And that is what I'd done up to that point. And then suddenly, and that's what I mean about it suddenly kind of goes beyond, sometimes the rights and the wrongs, and just what feels in the moment aligned. And what might be in the moment aligned one day might be different the following week. But it's just, I think that's what we've got. And it's just like what you've got, Bobbi, is such an incredible connection, right? But we all have that. I mean, Bobbi's is, immense. Yeah, and and obviously helps people with it, but we've all got that. It's just different frequencies or different
yeah, I don't even know if it's different levels. I actually say to people, I just have a massive hole in my head. That's what I say. You guys have a net. I have a big hole and everything falls into it. Yeah. I agree with you too. And I also think too, especially when it comes to divorces, we are under this idea, screw them or give it to them, or you got to grab as much as you possibly can. Totally forgetting we made humans with this person, or we actually love them enough to get underneath them naked all the time for a little while there. We got to win. See, you won by not trying to win. Because you just said, screw it. That's what's important to me is my peace of mind. And therefore, there you got it. And then she got it and everybody won.
Yeah.
We don't, and when everybody wins, it reflects beautifully upon you when you allow other people to win. And she's just got one more thing with this particular thing. And as a mother of divorced children, especially this is a teen, just be completely and absolutely honest, like where you're at fault a little bit too, or that, like, just be honest. But best not to is what I hear. That's what I hear in my head. So as a professional, I'm not sure how you feel about taking your teen into that kind of court, but she has.
That may deal with issues through court if I take him. So am I hearing that the child would go into court?
I guess so. Or the child, and this is why I didn't fight my ex, because I knew my children would actually suffer the brunt of it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, whenever I'm dealing with or supporting a couple, I always say to them, especially, if they're not grown up and gone, if they're little ones, I always say the kids are in this room with us, even though they'll never be in the room with us. They are in my mind, because it's so, I mean, through my counseling practice and now in my coaching, it's like I am supporting those inner kids. We are like sponges as children. It will impact them. So what I always say is, if you can, when you were just, Bobbi, talking about how can everybody win, and also you mentioned earlier about, when we're helping ourselves to put ourselves first before we give, make sure it's here. I do that. I think that should be for the kids. So think about them first. How is this going to impact them? The truth is that stuff will. So it's like, get really honest and clear with yourself. What's the highest step that you can take for your children, and notice what that is to follow that.
And do see yourself as the child as well. So you're absolutely right, because we can all harken back what it felt like to be 13.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants to in their life.
Oh gosh.
Oh, it's the worstest. Things are popping out here. Things are popping out there. It's just terrible. Anyway. Sorry, that was 11 for me. Okay, so they owe a lot of money, but he is very immature, and I didn't want my child to get blamed. I see. Yeah, I figured that was kind of it, and that child will blame themselves regardless. I honestly think you need to put a little tube of protection around your child. I'm sure that's not something you would say to somebody, but I will actually put little tubes around my kids so that only certain things can filter through. I do that. I've done it since they used to put little bubble wrap outfits on them in my brain.
So little energy protectors.
Like little Michelin people. Yeah. Michelin people. I don't want to take okay. We have one more because you got to go. And you have clients and I have a reading. So we're going to answer Amanda's because Amanda's awesome.
Okay.
Amanda comes to my lives a lot and she's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, now this is actually how I got my husband. I would actually go on dates when I was conscious, when I was awake, when my kids would be off doing stuff, when my clients were in Shavasana, things like that. I would actually start to think about and go on mental dates with my love of my life.
Can I quickly read the question just so that people can... So I'm currently on my journey to my higher self. It's slow baby steps. When does the one who will love me unconditionally come into my life? I have had a dream about him. He checked every box. I love that. I love that you dreamt him already and he's checked every box. That's an awesome start.
But also, Amanda, you're the one who loves yourself unconditionally. And I'm pretty dang sure you have children things and they love you no matter what your poop smells like. So in fact, they'll sit there if you have children and watch you poo.
My cats do that.
They're like, why are you
we used to have 2 cat litter trays here, and I swear to God, it's happened a number of times where I'm sat on the toilet, and then the cats are one in each one, so we're all peeing together.
Yes, mommy, it's time to pee. Yeah. That's
anyway.
Anyway, enough of that, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Patience is a virtue, is what I hear for you. So be patient. It's coming. But honestly, too, if you knew someone you were going to go on a date with him, you would do certain things. You'd shave, you'd clean, you'd do those sorts of things. So do those things now under the anticipation that he's coming, and that might expedite it quicker. Now, in real world, what would you say to her?
I'd say very similar. I would say, again, treat yourself like the one you love. Give yourself everything that this person, if this person is checking every box, like, are you checking every box? Make sure that every box is checked for yourself, whatever that means for you, so that you are, there's a book out there. I've never read it, but I've heard friends who have read it, called Calling in the One. And that's what it's about. It's literally treating yourself like the one you love, taking yourself on dates, giving yourself all the experiences that you want, communicating in a way that uses your voice and uses your power and all that great stuff. So that then, again, you're out there, you're vibrating at that level, waiting for this dream guy to come along.
Yeah.
And I've also known people that have got really specific and they've written it down. They're going, you know what, this is what I'm looking for. And then they've let it go. And then they've met somebody and they've gone back to the paper and they've gone back to the list and it's there. So that visualization piece is manifesting piece is also included in that.
Oh, yes. Once you've placed your order, they're still working on it. You don't have to keep asking them if they got the order. Yeah. And I'm just going to add one little thing because they've shown it to me so many times. I actually think we are playing a game and we ourselves are the ones. And I am my own Scotty dog in the Monopoly game. And I want me to do all the best things for me. So that's when you make decisions for yourself, think of yourself as actually the person who's orchestrating things for you. Like you have your own team up above. Yeah. So yeah. And make it about you. It is about you. We wouldn't have the word you if it didn't need to exist. Anyway, okay. Now we are at 103. I am so flippin' impressed. 103. Anyone who's ever watched me in a live knows I've never been able to keep it to a cap. I'll even say, okay, I'm going to leave now. And then 20 minutes later, I'm still reading.
Yeah. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, Bobbi. I've loved this. My aim was to have fun, and I've totally had fun. So
I'm so glad you had fun. I had fun. I have fun. I have fun on the toilet. I have fun.
And thank you everybody for your questions. They were all awesome questions, and I hope that you got lots out of that. Feel free to, I shouldn't speak for you, but I'm guessing to DM Bobbi if you're wanting to check in. You do readings and
I have a website. So yeah, because if you message me and say I would like a reading, I might not be able to get back to you for a week, 2 weeks. So I have a website where people can just go on and pick their times. And
can you put that in the chat for people? Because there'll be a bunch of people you for the first time.
You're so smart. Okie dokie.
Yes.
Yes. And we will be back
Yes, we will be back. In fact, we've actually got a date put
We
down.
do have a date. You're
Yeah.
going to be on my Psychic Saturday.
Yes, that's right. And
I
it's in this month, isn't it? What, do you know the date by any chance?
Yes, it's the 25th of November. No, it's not. Because October was the 25th and on a Saturday. So that wouldn't make any sense.
And we're going to be talking, while Bobby's looking for that, we're going to be talking about mental health.
Mental health on the 29th of November.
29th.
And
Okay.
everybody my whole day. Yeah.
So a huge topic, and
Very,
just
very
around how it may have, you know, we're going to explore it basically, and different perspectives on mental health, and just the power of mental health, and how it can get labeled and mislabeled and misinterpreted and all of that stuff. So we'll be exploring that. And
yeah, Olivia's going to diagnose whether or not I'm crazy.
I don't diagnose. I didn't when I'm a counselor, and I don't when I'm coaching. So I'm not gonna, and you're beautifully crazy. As crazy as that.
Beautifully crazy. Thank you very much. The beautiful mind. A fabulous place to be.
Have you just logged off? Are we off now?
Oh, and
I just logged off.
We're still on.
And we're still on. Okay.
We'll end stream when I say so.
Lovely. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. I hope you'll join us on the 29th. And yeah, if you do want to contact any of us, I haven't got the chat, so just DM me if you're interested in hearing anything about my coaching practice. I also have a communication cheat sheet. I know there was a couple of you, Randeep, you're one of them, that was asking about, you know, we were talking a lot about communication. So yeah, feel free to drop me a DM and I can send you that. It's basically a cheat sheet of all the guideline basically of how to communicate effectively.
And where do they DM you at that?
Liv Nelson.
Liv Nelson.
On Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah. Liv Nelson on Facebook.
Okay. I'm Lady on Facebook.
Yeah. I do have a website, but don't worry about it. I can send it to you if you're interested. Just DM me.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure to work with you in a public forum in such a way.
Right? So I've loved it.
Wonderful time.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And I hope the rest of you had a wonderful time. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you didn't catch us live, I'm so glad you're watching us now. And you can catch us live on November 29th.
Yeah, and let us know, like, if you've got any feedback for us. I'd be really open to that. Like, if you know what you enjoyed, what you know, did you enjoy it? Like, just let us know.
Feedback message Liv.
Okay, there you go.
You can message me too, but message Liv. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Marnie. Okay, there's a few thank yous, and this has got to go away. Oh, thank you, Rising Phoenix. I know you said your name. Anyway, all right. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.